What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Good afternoon. I know, I'm late, yada yada yada. Throw all the hatred you want after me, especially after, AJ, you had the balls to be late after taking 2 days off. Yeah, that's about right. If you're over on BitChute, you didn't see the YouTube community tab post. Yeah, I was spending time with the family the last couple days. Mom's going back to work. She's a school teacher, so she's got work again. I'm starting classes again I'm getting close to finishing my associates, good for me, pat on the head, and all that. So, just last little bit before we all get busy again, just kind of spending some time as a family. Yeah, so that's what was with the last 2 days, and today I just wildly overslept. So, but I also promised something new today, and that brings us into our game. I'll stop talking about my life. Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. I'm finally starting this up. This came out about, oh, no. Oh, wow. It was a while ago. It came out in May, didn't it? For some reason, I thought it came out like June, July, but no, it came out in May. Okay, after playing this first hour-ish of the game, I'm torn, man, because combat is really cool. It's really chunky. You'll see it when we get to it. But man, I do not see why this game needs to exist. I really don't. The first game was awesome, $30, and it just came out of nowhere, and it was great. It was kind of a discount AAA game, or AA, I think is what Ninja Theory said they were going to call, what they were going to be as a studio. And then Microsoft buys them, they spend all this time, which I think they took way too long to make a sequel. It almost feels like Xbox put this on the shelf or revealed this project way too early. It's a whole thing. But just, I don't know, this just feels out of time. This just feels like it doesn't need to exist. Just because I'm like, well, what's the story? Where are we gonna go with a Hellblade sequel? And especially with an ending like the original Hellblade had, where I think the ending was kind of ambiguous. Did she really see all the monsters and the Norse mythology, or was it really just just her psychosis? I thought it was her psychosis, but apparently that might not be true, given the opening monologue. It gets weird. We'll get into it. Guys, sit back, enjoy Senua's Saga Hellblade 2.
Senua, the outcast who became a warrior, who faced her demons and challenged the gods for her lover's soul, has accepted the voices, the furies, as part of herself. Just like her mother Galena, she was not like other people. She saw and heard the world differently. Her father Zynbel told her she was evil, tainted by the sin of her mother. Tormented and afraid, she retreated from the world. Until love broke through like the rays of a new dawn. In Dillion's acceptance, she could live again. He gave light to her mind and freed a warrior from her body. But the voice of her father stayed with her, reminding her of her curse. And when the plague came to her land, the people blamed Senua. She took her darkness with her, banishing herself to the wilds. So she was not there when the Northmen massacred her people and sacrificed Dillion to the god of hell. Senua's torment was so deep that the world around her fell away. she took the head of her beloved, the vessel of his soul, and vowed to go to hell herself to save him. Through mist-shrouded horrors, she fought to find the secret path that would lead her to the very gates of hell. But the way was marked by fire and illusion. Senua had to fight the gods that guarded these paths and stave off the rot which threatened to consume her mind and end her life. Only conquest could open the gates. Only blood would bring her face to face with Hela. Face to face with defeat. Once again, Senua was engulfed in darkness, lost in a maze of misery and confusion. Until Dillion's voice led her to the promise of victory. A sword that could kill a god. To win the sword, Senua would drown in her darkest memories, pulling at the shards lodged in flesh, mind, and soul. She pressed deeper into the underworld, resisting its grasping hands and deafening cries, until she found her prize before the guardian of Hell's gates. Senua released her rage, a fury that could not be stopped, not by savage jaws, not by waves of warriors, not by the pull of death itself. In defeat and desperation, Senua begged for her beloved's release. But a sacrifice must be made, and burdens cast away. Senua's fate was never in the hands of the gods, but in her own. Only she could choose, out of love, to live, to go on, and to take us with her.
Okay, I know, I let that intro play, and this is going to be the weird thing to say about that, about what we just saw. The first thing I'm going to say about that, but that tablet looked oddly phallic. Okay, now that's been said, ooh, can we just take a moment to talk about how much I love the control scheme in this game? Thank you. Thank you. Fast attack on X, strong attack on Y. Parry on right bumper is fine. I always say it. It's what I hate about the modern thing about making Souls game action style with your attacks on the bumpers. I hate it. I prefer it on the face buttons.
Now, no less. Promise. Not one soul more would suffer as he had. She carries him in her heart. His death, his life, will drive her on. She will forge a purpose from his death, make meaning from the pain.
So yeah, they're still doing the whole sound popping in from in your surround sound and everything in your headset. Both my headsets only have one earbud work, or one side of it works, so, you know, I don't get the full effect, but I played the first game. It's the same deal.
And one among them they call Master.
Look, whether or not it's been done before, it's still a really cool effect. And again, it's a really cool concept for this game with a main character who I believe she's supposed to have schizophrenia.
She can trace the poison to its source, find the heart, and cut it out. Stop the slavers. Keep her promise.
Which again, it's why I'm not a big fan of that.
But plans can drift off course.
That opening bit, because I feel like it tries to play it as in, no, all the supernatural stuff was real. You know, that really happened. It wasn't Senua's. I feel bad because I don't know what the term is nowadays, because I say mental disorder or disability or whatever. Again, I don't mean these things
as it ends.
Derogatorily, I think is the right word.
In the dark.
To anybody who ever wants to say I'm autistic, I've got, you know, mildly so. But I've got my own challenges and whatnot, so I'm not trying to talk shit. I do like that how the subtitles show up on the different sides of the screen where you're hearing all the voices. But yeah, whatever the term I use to talk about her mental illness or whatever, just know I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not trying to start shit. Although there is one thing I will never use the term neurodivergent positively, because I hate that. I hate that term. People have said, when I've said, oh, I have autism, and they're like, oh, so you're neurodivergent? I'm like, no, I don't have superpowers. Fuck off. I hate that. I hate it. Sorry, off topic. I keep trying to talk about how that intro does something I do not like. I do not like how it kind of takes the ambiguity out of the first game of did she actually go to Helheim? Did she actually fight all of these, you know, these gods and all these monsters, or was this a battle within her own mind? Which I like to think it was a battle within her own mind. I think it makes the story far more interesting. Because otherwise, why does she have to be mentally ill for this story to, you know, it's just, oh, hey, she's schizophrenic, but also she's going into hell and fighting gods and monsters. It's like, well, okay, but now I'm going to think it's not real unless that's your point. I think it works far better for the... And again, I know I'm talking over all this... Oh, God, the eye. I'm talking over all the weird voices in the background, and it's just going to happen in this game. But yeah, I don't like how they set up that story, or how they kind of did the recap, because like I said, I think it takes out the ambiguity of the first game. And I really liked the first game.
She must find a new light to steer by. Find the next sign.
We cannot stay here. Too cold. Let's climb. Don't think about the pain.
So, the first game was more of a... There we go. Now I had to figure out I had to actually move up on the D-pad. Or the control stick. Words are hard. You also have to press A to hop up these little ledges. This game feels a little different from the original. Now, on the one hand, the way Senua moves around the environment, how it kind of looks like she slides a little bit, and I think that's because essentially the character model,
from all she's ever known,
it looks like the character model's running on a treadmill and the world is moving around her. It's just, I think you notice it in some games and not in others, but it doesn't feel like the world is stable and she's moving around the world. It's like I said, to me it looks like she's walking in place and the world is sliding around her. Some games can hide it and some can't. This one, I don't think it can. It's not a big problem, it's just something I notice. And I remember the first game I ever noticed that, and it was Rogue Galaxy on the PS2. But it keeps this camera angle. I think the camera angle in the first game was more that traditional over-the-shoulder third person, because the action was a lot different in that one. It felt faster. It felt... And I'm not saying that in a good way. Actually, I think I'd rather prefer the combat in this game.
She's going to fall.
Careful, Senua.
Because it's really brutal in this, and it's really cool. You'll see once we get the sword. But it's an interesting way they have this camera set up. How it doesn't feel like a traditional action game.
Why have we come here? Stupid! Come on, climb! She's too exhausted. Too exhausted. It's too much. Don't look down. Don't let the fear get to you. Listen. What's that? She's too scared.
Voices draw her onward. The ones who didn't live. The ones she could not save. She can hear them calling. Lives stolen by the Northmen. She carries them with her. Always.
She is afraid, exhausted, scared.
Just to die among strangers.
You! Why did you come back?
Did you think you had left me behind?
Dude, that voice is awesome.
I am always here.
I won't listen to you!
Her voice thought she'd left it in the past. Her father. He clouds her mind with fear, but she won't stop. Stronger forces drive her on.
You know, I get that this game is very much about the vibe. It's very much about its tone and its all this, you know, what's reality and what's her mind playing tricks on her and this and that. But I feel like it takes a little too long to get the sword. It takes a little too long of just meandering on this beach until combat happens, until just... And maybe some of it's the fact that I couldn't figure out how to sprint. I think it's left bumper.
The slavers are monsters. Look what they do to us. They are brutal. No more. I will stop this.
And I will say this, you do get some weird stuff in this game. Senua actually has conversations with other human beings.
Yes.
which is really interesting because that didn't happen in the first game. There was Druth. I think his name's mentioned later. I cannot remember exactly what he was, or what his place was, or his role in the original game was. I can't remember off the top of my head, but...
There, a symbol. What does it mean?
The slavers. This is the right way. The signs are leading me. They brought me here.
She knows that all through this world, there are signs and symbols waiting to be discovered. The meaning is there. If only you can find it.
See, it's like I said, it's not... I get it. Again, it's all tone, it's all this stuff. I don't know, maybe I'm getting impatient in my old age. I had to go out and buy a new mouse at Best Buy, because if you've been following the channel, I've mentioned this.
Focus on the symbol.
Do not forget my stories.
Let's see,
Senua.
Druth.
I am with you still. Out of hell you have come, and now find yourself in Midgard, the world of men.
Are we gonna find out that Druth is Odin?
Less dangerous for that.
You know, shows up as a hooded man, bit of a mystic. Eh.
They will kill me this time, like they did to her.
What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was talking about how my mouse was, the cord was there, I don't know, there was a loose wire or something, so it wasn't it was really hard to edit and everything. Well, I find out, oh yeah, hey, your the mouse that I was supposed to get over the weekend, it's going to be delayed till about next weekend because it didn't ship, and then it has to get to my sister, and then she has to bring it back here because for some reason our Amazon account is set to her house and not ours. It's weird. Probably because she keeps doing it. But I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna go to Best Buy and buy myself a new mouse, so... I think this started off as a story of why I'm impatient, and then I don't know. I don't know where the hell I'm going with this anymore. Wake me when we get to the sword section.
Just watch this happen. Do something. Don't stand by and watch. Fight him. No! Why didn't you stop it? Too weak.
Let her die.
He is right.
They were survivors. I need to help the other slaves.
You let her die. Remember why we came here. She came here for a reason, but now she doesn't know what to do. You don't know where you're going. Your plan is in pieces. She is lost. You're lost. The slaver, the master is gone.
I have to help them.
Thought you could stop this, but you have lost your mark. The sea tore him away, just like your hopes.
You don't need to listen to him. You know this now. Listen to us. You know better. Find the survivor. He is trying to trick you. You need to help the survivors.
to save them. They're already dead. The lost ones.
Don't listen to him. Listen to us, not him. You're a liar. To find a way out of here.
You are lost too.
You must find a way out.
How can the lost find anyone?
Listen, don't listen.
You failed them.
Don't listen to him.
They are dead, like your mother.
Shut up.
God damn it, man, that voice is cool. There's whoever does that really deep voice, credit to them. That's dope.
Can't you hear them, Senua? Can't you hear their screams?
I can hear them. What's happening? You know that's their focus.
They are suffering, but I set them free.
You need to find it. It's here. Somewhere. Look for it. Look for the signs. Find the right perspective. You will sense when you're close. The signs are here. Do you know where to look? She doesn't. She doesn't.
God damn it. I don't fully understand ASMR, because just hearing the people in this game whispering in my ears,
It's there. Focus. You found it.
on the one hand it's cool, but on the other hand, I don't like people whispering in my ears. It just makes me uncomfortable.
You must go back to the gate. She must go back. Behind the symbol is the source of the darkness. Source of their darkness. You need to understand it. Uncover the darkness. This is why you have come. I need to find the source of all this. I promised.
Child.
The dead are here. Can you hear them, Senua? They follow us, Senua. Joking. Struggling. You couldn't save them, but you can save the survivors. Don't listen to the dead. Just move onwards. Find the survivors. What are you doing?
Please help!
Stop. Stop.
Anyone help! Help!
There's nothing you can do.
Do you see the bodies, Senua? The sea throws them up to show you how you've lost. Look at them, Senua. The faces of the ones you failed.
I really like the ghosts coming out of the ocean.
Wait, look. Some of them, they survived. They tried to. They were wounded. They were scared, but alive. You can find them. Oh no! Oh no! It's them. Help them.
find somewhere to hide.
Did you come here to die with him? Is that what you want?
Goldberg coming in with the spear.
Are you going to let him kill you? Come. Oh, listen, don't die now. Yes, use your right.
So you see this cool detail, like, you see her stabbing and cutting in areas that they don't have armor. That was, you know, how she kind of gets them under the arm. I don't know, it's just a neat detail. I will say it is a little odd that there's no, like, real tutorial on how combat works. It's just kind of figure it out. Perfect parry. Oh. You really didn't notice it in that first fight, but you'll see how the camera angle is a little odd. And I mean that in a good way. It's just, it really kind of, it gives this game its own, a really cool feeling.
Call him. Let him go. Don't fear him.
See, this really low. You can break their guard with heavy swings. Yeah, it gives this really heavy, almost cinematic way of making combat look. It's really unique to this game, and I think it works really well.
Could you? All of this death because of you. I didn't want to fight. Everything you touch dies. You are cursed. It is you who bring your darkness here, your light.
Why did you bring your curse here?
I think you mash X when they grab you, I think. And even then it said, you know, you have to get out of the way. But you know, when you see that red tint when they're coming in with like a power attack on you, you can still perfect parry those. But if you don't, you just get knocked back. The combat makes sense. It's simple. It's really simple, but again, very effective. I feel like so many games are trying to make combat overly complicated. With the way combat works in this game, I love it. But, you know, you also have the voices telling her, you know, you gotta get out of the way, you gotta do this, you gotta whatever. I love it. You gotta press A to move shit. Well, you want me to know what's real? Stop talking to me, you crazy voices. Now, if you're going to ask me, is there like a health bar or something that you could tell like how much health you have? No. I don't know how to do that. I think the screen kind of gets dark and red and the storm around her looks different as you kind of get hit. It works. You know, it works as you, you know, you'll see more when we get to kind of like the boss fight of this section. trying to get out with all the dead bodies around her.
Let me down. I will follow you. I'm coming to join me. But they killed your lover. So many more will die. Do you know what's
See, it kind of looks like they're grabbing her, but not really. They're just dead bodies.
you gasp?
So, you know, they're not really moving. It's,
Your chest.
I don't want it. I don't want people to think when I say I don't feel like this game is necessary. I don't want people to think that I'm going, ugh, this is dumb. No, I love it. I love the tone. I love the combat. Like I said, I have some misgivings about the way they framed the first game at the beginning. But really, that's my only real negative about this so far. And a little bit in the way the character moves, but I think that was in the first game, and it's not a major flaw. It's just something I noticed, so I brought it up. But really, it's super minor stuff. But I very much like what I have seen so far. Trying to think what I no, but when I say that I feel like this game isn't necessary, what I mean by that is it just I don't know where we need to go with her story. Like, what more does the character need in their journey after what we had in the first game? See, I like that stab down. Again, you see her kind of stab him down through the shoulder, but again, closer to the neck where there's no armor. He just comes out of the fog. I love it.
Slave. Come here.
He's still alive.
The enslaver.
What are you going to do with that sword, girl?
He looks ready for you. He is ready to fight.
You're ready. We will end this.
You're fucking dead.
Thinking and feel it.
I love it. I love the axe. Just, it gives that real Viking feel. See, I also like how you can hit them with attacks while they're in the middle of attacking you.
He's coming.
You know, it's like I hit him with a light attack as he's spinning with his axe, but the axe still comes and hits you. It's like, well, yeah, because, again, it's how weight and everything works. Thanks, boys. You can also deflect mid sword swing, so... Yeah, that's right. I just used my arm bone to deflect your sword. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I stand by my statement. I still think, even though this first bit was tone setting, but I feel like they should have shortened it a little bit until you get to the point that you get the sword. Because once you get the sword, it really kind of takes off. That's my problem with it. It feels just a touch too long.
Get up! You're worth more to real life. Come on, then. I don't want to have to kill you.
I'm making this easy for him. Be better.
Why won't you stop?
Did he have the clothesliner?
I wonder how long it will be till you break.
He could kill you if he wanted to. Get up. Don't be a coward. You have to fight. You have to be ready for things. What are you doing, Sam? You have to move. You ready to fight? Grab it!
Hiya!
He took their lives! Again! What are you waiting for? Wait! Do it
Look,
now.
I don't
You can't.
I don't think she's hitting him that hard. Look, Senua, you're kind of a badass and all that. You kick my ass, but your skinny arms against that guy, I don't think you're gonna be hitting him that hard. I'm just saying.
But you need him. You need him to show you. He knows everything. He knows the side.
No.
He knows. He can show you the path.
You're gonna take me where I need to go.
Yes. Yes. He will take you. He will show you.
Well, you know, it's kind of hard to walk after you hit me in the knee with an axe.
You have spared him, and now he will take you where you need to go. You can do this.
Where you come from. Where you take the slaves.
Maybe you shouldn't turn away from him.
I can't walk. How do you expect me to take you anywhere?
His pain doesn't matter. Make him walk.
We'll walk.
She has to save them.
You have to. There is no other way.
It's why we have come here.
I'm not leaving until I get what I came for.
You made a promise.
She made a promise.
You promised.
I made a promise.
She knew the path would open to her. A blood-carved stave, a soul sea falling, a too familiar darkness, an endless night. He is the next sign.
You could see it. Do you remember it? She knows that's
I like how you can see the blood vessels and everything in the eyes.
Her mind with fear.
that rot.
Covers him now.
Covers him.
Do you see it, Senua? Do you see the darkness?
She feels it.
The faces of fear and suffering. You can see it.
The sign. Does it mean
That sign. What is it?
You need to understand. You need to understand.
Answer.
It is my father's sigil.
His father.
Your father.
The gold thing.
Monster.
He's here.
look at him?
No,
Shadows.
but this place is his. The people here are weak. They would not survive without his help. Like you.
Does she?
Enough.
Yeah, remember the whole axe to the knee thing? It's kind of hard to walk.
Anything. You have to keep your eyes on
We should have thrown you overboard.
Alright, my dudes, that's going to about do it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll have some more for you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. As always, social media in the description. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you all in the next one. But until then, guys, I'm out.